So abdominal acupuncture compared to traditional acupuncture, there's really, and Margaret can tell you most of this, the sensation from the needle is minimal. You don't have to get that arrival of the strong, heavy chi, you know, the big fish. You don't need that bang of chi. With abdominal, it tends to be very subtle, very gentle. Usually the needle depth with traditional is you go to the point, you get chi. Whereas with abdominal, you need to do a little bit more fine tuning with the needles. The needles that you use with abdominal tend to be finer, and the depth tends to be less. You don't usually stimulate the needles with abdominal acupuncture unless you really hit a strong resistance. And the different point locations can be dictated by what you're feeling, by if you feel ashy points there. I don't use them on the needles, no. And I was telling somebody else there, I've only started really using moxa again. In my clinic, I use heat lamps. I worked in a hospital in Nanjing where they use moxa, 10 cones on each client, and could be 10 people lying on beds, and it was like a cheap disco. It was just smoke. And that's probably why my voice is so weak now. Yeah, so I don't, but I'll use it separately now, you know, to on Ren 8. But no, I don't. When I was in the States, somebody was asking me about using laser to stimulate acupuncture points, abdominal acupuncture points. Yeah, why not? Go for it. If it works for you, go for it. But I'd say use what I'm going to give you initially, and then as you develop your skills, play around with it. And absolutely, I encourage everyone to play with it. But initially start with what you know is working. There's really no stimulation, tonifying or reducing with abdominal, although you can use fewer needles, etc., to act as a more tonifying. But by nature, abdominal acupuncture is a tonifying treatment. So just to show the difference with ear or scalp acupuncture, there's limited numbers. C&C I've used as channels and collaterals, or meridians, passing through the area. Whereas abdominal has every meridian, an extraordinary meridian passing through the area. There's no Zhang Fu organs here. Well, there's the extraordinary, the brain, but abdominal, all the Zhang Fu organs are either directly or indirectly addressed through the abdomen. Ear acupuncture, you bang the needle in and you get a result. Abdominal, you have to work to a specific depth, and that varies on people. The ear and scalp is a microcosm reflecting macrocosm. Well, so is abdominal, but the energetics are completely different.